What are our moral obligations to freedom and democracy around the world? We're going to talk about it here in 3, 2. What's up, everybody? Another Cocktails and Policy with Whiskey Mo. Today, I don't have a cocktail. I'm a little bit dry for not totally, but I'm trying to lose a little bit. So today's cookies, Girl Scout cookies. Go support whatever local organization you're all about. But today, I would like to talk about Ukraine, our support for them. What is possibly going to happen within the future of things. It's really interesting as over the weekend and the last week or so, the president of the United States and our Secretary of Defense have had some things to say about it. It sounds like possibly the opening of some negotiations between at least the United States and Russia, which I'll get to that in a minute, as well as some of the things that have been said. And one of my concerns is the way that Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has talked about things. But I was just listening to the most recent episode of War on the Rocks podcast. It's what it's titled is really important, and it comes in a little bit later in the episode. But it's "We Stand with Free People," and they're currently talking to the former security minister in the UK, which doesn't have an American equivalent. He's really kind of a clearinghouse for intelligence for all kinds of things, and I think that's really pertinent to say. It's something that the United States has always taken care of, is the fact that we have liked to claim that we stand with the free peoples of the world, and that we talk about democracy and spreading democracy and countering certain things. Which is why I'm very concerned about the language that is being used for the president and some of his closest advisors. I'm all for ending the war in Ukraine. Right, I think it's really important that we end the bloodshed. No one wants an interstate war. That isn't a good thing. Nowhere is that a good thing. But my biggest concern is that we are actually going to be leaving Ukraine out. Is that a possibility? Are we going to try and force some sort of plan on Ukraine? Like, the Ukrainians have to buy in on a plan. If it's not within their national interest, why would they buy into it? If we impose what works for us, and there's a talk with the president about mineral rights, about rare earth minerals, and then Russia, at no point if we don't engage with the Ukrainians, they're just going to throw that out the window and continue to fight, which in this case, I can't blame them. I think about what has happened to us anytime that we as a nation, the United States, has been attacked. Pearl Harbor, 9/11. We have completely changed in the shape of the world with those things. So how can we expect Ukrainians to not want to stand and fight for their own space? So I think it's really important that we really understand that it's not so simple as just trying to negotiate a deal. This isn't business. This is international relations. These have long repercussions for what's happening on the planet. Do we need to talk about? We've got funding, it's not just us that we have to worry about. The U.S., our NATO allies, the UK and France have contributed significantly. We should be concerned about what is happening because some of our NATO allies are right there. Lithuania, Estonia are just two that are right there that share a border with Russia. And you cannot tell me that it does not cross your mind that possibly Russia, i.e. Putin, would be just satiated with a little sliver of land in Ukraine. He wrote an article a few years ago about how Ukraine is a part of Russia and that it should return to be a part of Russia again. So I have some grave concerns about where this is going. I'd like to see, I'm willing to give some space to see where this ends up. I do feel a little bit better about the fact that the president reached out to President Zelensky, his Ukrainian counterpart. But that, to me, should have been the first call, because we as Americans should be upholding nations that are democracies and upholding the support of those who are not aggressors. Russia was the aggressor here, starting in 2014 with their invasion of Crimea. The Ukrainians have been fighting a gray war ever since, with insurgencies being risen by Russian forces, by Russian proxies. And they are the aggressors in this war. Russia is. Honestly, the easiest way for this war to end is for Russia to pull out. But that's something beyond my scope here and everything. But I wanted to give you all an idea of what is happening, some of my concerns right now. I think that we really need to be thinking about it. There are graver concerns that we need to talk about, like, our alliance with NATO. What are our NATO allies thinking of us right now? We've got other things that we need to worry about too. AUKUS, Australia, UK, US, stuff happening in the Indo-PACOM theater. And Ukraine is just one, but this gives me great concern when we talk about these things, because the way that we handle someone who's ostensibly an ally, who we signed an agreement with, the Belfast Protocol, I believe is what it's called, where we gave assurances to Ukraine, the UK, France, US, and Russia for giving up its nuclear weapons and sending them back to Russia. Like, what does this say about us if we don't uphold our word? And that's my concern here, is that if we as a nation worry more about our positive outcomes versus what those are for others, how can we be taken credibly as a partner in the future? So that's a concern of mine. And I really hope that the advisors to the president, the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of State really take this on, and that we really try and be seen seriously in the way that we engage with our international partners. And that I think we can have a little bit of empathy for our Ukrainian friends who, by all means, have taken a stalwart defense, and no one, myself included, thought that they were ever going to hold out as long as they had. And they've been increasingly impressive in their ability to adapt to new forms of warfare and what we thought was the behemoth that was the Russian army. So those are some concerns of mine, and I hope that you guys have a great week. Read about them. I'm going to post the War on the Rocks podcast in the thing below. I'm also going to find a few things, maybe post some things. Support your local organizations, if nothing else. I know I supported, like I said, I got some Girl Scout cookies, some Thin Mints, best cookies ever. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Hopefully we'll see some more of this. Again, I'm really hoping that we can turn some positive things here. Maybe we could talk about something in the future. If you guys have some topics that you would like me to opine upon, please leave some comments. I would love for that. Please like and subscribe. We'll see it. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I hope everything works out. And until next time, y'all, be well. Hey everybody, hope you liked the video. If you did, please click all the buttons below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can get notified when there's more content coming out. Hope you learned something with all of this. Please click all the links below, come to my profile, look at all the things that we've got going. I hope you all have a good one. Peace.